Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Politics, people, local, regional, national news. Political Matrix News keeps you informed. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the Political Matrix. Hey again, welcome back to the Political Matrix blogcast. The guy there is Greg Fink. Wave at everybody, Greg. He's holding down our part of the fort in Gainesville right there, surrounded by all of the Gators. Scott Miller at the western end of the Sunshine State. That would be the beautiful Pensacola. Hello, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then I would be Rob Milford down in Orlando. So we're scattered far and wide with news, innuendo, hearsay. Of course, we talk about politics. We will see how the politics of the Baltimore Bridge, Francis Scott Key Bridge, come together. I can hardly wait. And we all spent time in Pensacola, and we remember that we lost the Pensacola Bay Bridge, 3 Mile Bridge, in 2004. Which hurricane was that?
Hurricane Ivan.
Ivan.
That's Hurricane Ivan.
Well,
it took 2.5 years.
We lost the Bay Bridge in 2004. We lost the 3 Mile Bridge in 2014. And then we actually lost the 3 Mile Bridge back in 98.
Yeah. And each time took around 2.5 years or so.
They keep finding it.
Yes, they keep finding it and making it better.
Keeping in mind that there's a big blow that generally knocks down bridges. Speaking of big blows, let's talk about Matt Gaetz, Congressman, 1st District of Florida, our favorite piñata, favorite political piñata. We are amazed and astounded to this day that he still has a job in Congress, that he has still not been thrown out of Congress, that the federal investigation into Matt Gaetz hasn't gone any more forward than it has, and yet his father will be elected to the state Senate on day of primary, pretty much, in the 1st District, and I guess they gerrymandered or bought some property somewhere so he would qualify as a 1st District senator. Previously, he was 2nd District out of Niceville, where they live, but he just considers it one big thing. And by the way, it's been how many years since he left the Senate? Was that 16 or 18? So it's been 6 years at least.
10 years. It's been 10 years because Broxton. Actually, no, let's think about it.
No, 8 years.
Broxton was the senator. 8 years.
So 16. He was the president of the Senate, and to this day likes to be referred to as Mr. President. But let's talk about his son, since the apple don't fall far from the rotten apple tree. Matt Gaetz, Congressman.
Mr. Governor.
Well, let's understand that we all think highly of Newt Gingrich, right? Do we?
Yes, we do. Yes.
All right. So he was speaker. He was speaker in the 90s, and he was with Laura Ingraham last week and said that he thinks that Matt Gaetz unleashed the demons last year when he fought tooth and nail to keep Kevin McCarthy from the speakership. Of course, it went to 9 or 10 votes. I mean, it was just stupid. He went, what? And they gave a list of demands. And apparently, if Kevin McCarthy didn't kiss their ass every day, it was a horrible, terrible thing. And you're a rhino, Kevin McCarthy. Okay, guys, understand something. If you're an extreme far-right person, and I don't even know which way to the right of your TV screen it is, if you're way off to one side, and then there's this bunch of people in the middle, they're not all rhinos. They're just not as conservative as you are on some stuff. Am I missing anything?
No. Right. I don't think it's very conservative. I think it's more psychotic. I mean, he is definitely. I mean, Matt's entire approach to policy making right now is making the Democrats very strong because currently we have his friend, what's her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's out of Georgia, and she's trying to do the same thing with vacating the speaker again that Matt did with Kevin McCarthy. And basically, this is doing nothing but weakening the party. I mean, it's not doing anything to strengthen it. Period.
Absolutely. Now with Congressman,
what I always say with all this stuff, and it's my constant refrain. It's for a reason, and that's that this is because They are there to fundraise. They're not there to pass laws. They're not there to
Exactly.
make the country better in any way. They're there to create as much controversy as they possibly can, and then fundraise off of it. That's what, but because they're so alienated from the leadership, they couldn't
Right.
get a bill passed if it was to affirm that curing cancer is a good thing. And the reason,
Mm-hmm.
so when you know that going in, then you don't have to worry about whether what
You
you're
know.
going to say is going to alienate leadership. You're free at last. You can fundraise and do whatever you want. And the reason that they're not held to account by the leadership is because the leadership gets a cut.
I remember when a state
I don't know much
representative
about that
told
part.
me on the filing deadline a few years back, he said, I got all this money in the bank. I'm going to give $5,000 here, 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 and here to build up his play, build up his, because he really wanted to be Speaker of the House, his 1, 2, 3, fourth term. And that did not happen. Too bad. They found out what kind of a slimy guy he really was. Gingrich said that Gates's efforts last year to curtail McCarthy's tenure should not be downplayed. He said, since then, the whole chamber has been a disaster. We shouldn't underestimate how bad Matt Gaetz, what he did for the whole system. He unleashed the demons. He went after somebody who would raise $480 million, had gained seats in 3 elections in a row, and he drove Kevin McCarthy out of office. So obviously he needs a little prejudice towards a decent speaker, but I think he's absolutely right. And I think leadership in the Republican Party tried to downplay it as opposed to let's get in a war of words. Kevin McCarthy should have looked at him and said, shut the hell up.
Exactly. And one thing about Matt Gaetz is very calculated and very smart at a lot of things. I mean, people always want to discount him as being a crazy loof just from the right-wing part of the party. He's not. He's very smart. He knows exactly what he's going after. He knows how to manipulate and basically just destroy the messaging to where it's all about fundraising and it's all about money. He doesn't care about the lobbyist money. That's nothing. He cares about the $30, $40 donations all across the country. I mean, and that's what he's doing. He is bankrolling himself and the other people who are helping the vacating of these speakers who do not follow their directions. I mean, they're very good at crowdfunding, and that's what they're really focusing on. And I mean, it's not about policy. It's not making anything great. It's not about creating laws or creating anything to help people. It's all about creating a bigger cushion for their basket, and that's it. And
Scott,
that's their entire reason to be there.
Got it, Scott. You've been in Pensacola for the entire 8 years of Matt Gaetz's membership in the Congress. Has Matt done anything for Pensacola, Escambia County? Don't shake your head, Greg. I'm talking to Scott now. He can shake his head. Has he done anything for Pensacola, Escambia County, Santa Rosa County, Walton County, or Okaloosa County? Anything?
No. He's not. He's not really that I know of. I mean,
you live there.
A lot of things happen outside of my purview, but the thing, there's nothing that's been very well publicized that he's done. I can say that.
And for clarification about the bridges that we talked about earlier, they were all done during Congressman Jeff Miller. So Congressman Miller was the one who helped fund all the bridges that were destroyed by hurricanes. None of them were done by Matt Gaetz.
No.
When the Gaetz family wants to replace a bridge, they want to add a toll,
or their name to it,
or both,
or their name,
or both.
Yeah. Or both.
Well, that's one of those things you just scratch your head and go, yeah, never forget, everybody. Never forget this. When you see who's donating money, county commissioners, city council, those two especially, but state reps as well. And it goes like this. Look for the Associated General Contractors. Those are the guys. Oh, wait a minute. Those are the guys that build roads. And they all want more roads, because there are more roads, then people are going to have houses. And that represents more voters. And that's what all politicians want.
That's not always a bad thing. When you're here in Elijah County,
it goes all the time. All right, we're going to be back. We're going to talk about things like the economy, Are you better off now than you were 4 weeks ago, 4 days ago, 4 years ago? And will the will the economy factor into the election, or is it just the border? We'll find out when we come back on the Political Matrix Blogcast.